Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. My name is Su Patel and I am all about self-worth, helping people create more joy, more love, more abundance in their life so that they can live their best life. So today's conversation is around complaining. Like, are you somebody that wakes up in the morning and complains about having to get out of bed, complains about the weather, complains about what isn't working, complains about your health, complains about your partner, complains about, I don't know, the cat, the dog, like work, your boss? You just find yourself all day complaining. Like, what is that like for you? Take a second and just really answer that question for yourself. What is that like for you? And how often do you do that in the day, right? And also, what is the impact of complaining all day long, right? It attracts more people who complain, right? That's number one, is when you complain, you attract more people who complain. So now you've got a couple of people just complaining, right? Number two, it sends out real horrible vibes out there in the world, because what you put out there is what comes back to you. It just gives you more reason to complain. The more you complain, the more you're focused on what there is to complain about, then the more evidence shows up that you are right to complain. All right, like that's what really happens. It's a vicious cycle, is that the more you complain, the more evidence shows up for you to then complain and say, see, I knew it. All right, so the universe gives you, it actually multiplies what you put out there, right? So, that's number two, what the impact of that. And number three is that, people who you really want to attract in your life, who are going to be able to provide you with, stepping up your game in your career ladder, in your health game, in your relationships, in fun. Like, you won't attract those people because, you're coming from a place of lack, scarcity, what you don't have, what you don't get. And you end up like I said, you end up attracting more people in your life who are also complaining about the same things. Okay, like, you attract who you are, not what you want. Okay, like, that is a reality, right? Is that we attract who we are, and not often we don't attract what we want. Like, everybody wants more money, right? Why don't they then attract money? Is because they have negative beliefs about money. And it's the same thing around relationships, around your career, is that the more negative you are, the more negative you speak, the more negative you be, the more negativity you invite into your life. All right, like, I don't want that for you. I really don't want that for you. I want you to create a life of abundance, a life of joy, a life of like love. So how do you get from a place of like continuously complaining, continuously moaning and groaning about how life is, to being someone who's full of joy, who's full of life, who's full of charisma, and you're attracting the things that you want in your life, right? So number one, first thing to do is to really take a moment to be with yourself. All right. And ask yourself, how do you feel about constantly complaining, continuously complaining? Like, how does that feel? Like, what is that like for you? All right. And then, yes, look at the impact, look around you. What is life like for you that you're like that? What are the results that you're getting in your life from your complaining? Right? Look around. Who are your friends? How's your health? How's your finances? How's your job? What is that like for you? All right. How satisfied are you feeling right now in your job? Okay. And then number three is like, really start looking at what you do have in your life. All right. What do you have that you could be grateful for? For every 10 people that you could think, oh, I don't have their life, there'll be 10 people who want your life. All right. And I want you to really, get into an attitude or a habit of gratitude. So every single day, start thinking about and get into a routine of it. Start with just 3 things that you could be grateful for right now. All right. Just take a minute and do that exercises. What could you be grateful for? And really feel the gratitude for it. All right. You do that every single day for 1 week, 3 things that you're grateful for, and you will start to see life changing for you. And then the following week, you want to get to 5 things that you're grateful for. And then obviously you keep doing that every single day. And then, get up to 10, 20, 30 things that you're grateful for every single day. Now, doing this exercise has totally transformed my life because I really look for all there is to be grateful for. All right. In fact, I'm so grateful for everything that comes in my life, whether it's, it's what I planned for or what I didn't plan for, like, whatever that is, because there's always a lesson to be learned. And I'm always grateful for the lessons that I get. Like, you might have a plan of how you want things, but the universe is like, no, actually, I've got a better plan for you, because sometimes we do compromise what we want or we settle, and the universe doesn't want that for us. All right. So, as much as we might not like it, there's always a better way or a better plan that is waiting for us. Okay. So really start getting yourself into an attitude of gratitude. And all I do to make that happen is, have a notebook and pen near my bed. And whether it's in the morning that you prefer to do it or whether it's at night, just take a few minutes and write down what you are grateful for. All right. And then, really looking at, yes, life happens to everybody. We all have things going on in our lives, but actually, when things are, like I said, when things are not working out how we want them to be because we have a plan and it's not working out and we feel disappointed, what there is to look at is what's the lesson that you got from that experience. When I was made redundant from my job, I was very sad. I was very, upset and disappointed and, frustrated. But actually, it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I am now living my best life. And I know if I'd stayed in my corporate job, 6-7 years ago, I wouldn't be living the best life that I'm living right now. All right. So everything always happens, in line with what you really want at the core of you. So just trust the process and start, getting yourself into an attitude of gratitude. So I hope you take that on today and you really start moving your, progressing your life into what you want to create rather than focusing on more things that you don't want in your life, right? Because that's what complaining is, right? It's about, really focusing on things that you don't want, right? And you don't want to be complaining all day, right? So don't keep doing that. What you can do is start being in a place of gratitude and really start feeling, what there is to be grateful for. And just around that as well, it doesn't have to be complicated. You could be grateful for the fact that you have, you're able to breathe, that there's air in the world for you to be able to breathe. You might be grateful for the fact that you have arms, and legs, that you're mobile, that you're independent. You might be grateful for your eyes that can see the beauty of color. You might be grateful for, I'm always really grateful for being able to see the smile on my daughter's face. I'm always grateful for my ears so that I can hear her laughing. And it's such a moment of joy when I hear that. So, it could be simple things. It doesn't have to be complicated. And it could be the same thing every day for a week if that's what works for you. But have a go and get into an attitude of gratitude. All right. So thank you so much for watching today's video. For more content and more connection to me, please do connect to my LinkedIn, and the link is in the comments. And I really look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Bye.